I'm doing all these things that I watched the older generation kind of just stop doing once they got to a certain age. And I'm like, I'm not going to be that person. I'm going to be the person that just keeps doing things as long as I can. And I think that's what the strength training has really shown me. You can really keep doing things no matter what your body or your age tells you.
What's happening, everyone? John Heringer here, Chief Motivator at Method3 Fitness, and I am joined by Traci Miller, longtime partner of Method3. In fact, Traci, I don't know if you know this, but in February, you'll be celebrating 10 years with us, which is absolutely just amazing. Very appreciative and grateful to have you. And Traci, welcome to this little snippet that we're going to do with you here. We're excited to have you. What I'd like to do today is kind of go through your journey, highlight some of the progress you've made, where you were at, kind of take a trip down memory lane of like what made you reach out in the first place all those years ago, and really kind of explore a little bit more of how you create such consistency, because I think that's a big piece that I want people to hear about is you don't let travel get in the way. Markus loves doing his virtual training sessions with you. And in fact, I want to share, before we get rolling, a little snippet from Markus, what he shared. He was excited to have me meet with you. And he's like, hey, she's been training with me for 7 years in Method3. She's like, I love her consistency. She never likes to miss her workouts. And if she knows she's not going to be in town, we will always do virtual whenever possible. And he's like, we've done virtual training almost all over the world, literally. And just loves that you continue to get strong over the years. He noted some of the ones that he was excited about with like a trap bar deadlift of 175 pounds, a 200-pound hip thrust. And he's like, I love that we get to focus on all the strength training, help her continue to love and do all the things she wants to do in life. And then he's like, and we just have a fun time. We get along, we have a fun time when we're training.
Yeah.
A little bit from Markus. So welcome and thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, you joined back when we were fast action training, which I will say it was good to finally move on from that acronym, although I love Get Fit with FAT. And I'm just curious what was going on in your life when you first joined, if you take a trip back, what was going on? Why'd you reach out? What drew you to fast action training at the time?
Yep. So I had just lost a very good friend to a very quick illness. She was diagnosed with cancer in November, died January. So it was very quick. And she was my workout buddy. And we belonged to a different gym and we were workout buddies. And I just couldn't go back to that place. It just didn't feel the same without her. And luckily I had another great friend, Mary, who is like, I have a buddy pass. Come with me to my gym. And I went with her and it just fit. It was like what I needed at that time. And it was almost like a community, like welcoming me back, like, here, we'll support you and get you back into working out with us. And
excellent.
That's how it came about. It was really kismet, I think.
Love it. I love it. And so what would you say though, because obviously it's one thing to start, it's another thing to keep going. So let's touch base first on like, what were some of your goals when you were first coming in? How the workouts feel? You mentioned the community, obviously, but how the workouts feel, the community, what stood out to you?
The energy stood out to me. And like I said, it did feel very much like a family. I mean, everybody was so welcoming, so positive, and that's something I needed at the time. And I was just looking back to getting focused on my health. I had lost my friend and I just, couldn't really think about myself, but then it was time to get back to doing that. And that's the main reason. And like I said, it just fit. I felt welcomed from the very first time as a visitor. So I just knew that was right for me.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So like I said, it's one thing to start. It's another thing to keep it going.
Yes.
So what do you think has kept you so motivated and committed to your training at Method3 for like literally almost a decade?
Yes. As in that, reason I started is every difficulty I have faced along in the last 10 years, I feel like Method3 has been there to kind of boost me up. It's my consistent thing that keeps me focused on me.
Excellent.
Because so many times in life, you'll approach something hard and difficult and you'll start focusing on someone else. And then you realize you have to be good and healthy to be even able to help or get through something tough. So, like I said, there's been ups and downs over the last 10 years that Method 3, I feel like, helped me through it. I mean, I feel like it's been like this, a consistency of, I feel stronger and more confident every year.
I
And,
love it. I love it.
it's to the point now where I can't miss a workout. It just so much is a part of me that it is literally is a part of me and makes me feel complete that day. It's just
Excellent. I want to reflect back on that because I think that was really powerful what you said. And it's something that I would say we believe at Method 3, which is it's the intangible power of these workouts and the consistency and what it does for you in life. Right.
Yeah.
And I love that you said, this consistency, it helped me focus on me time, something that I know is going to benefit me. And then you started to glean these additional benefits of the improvements in confidence, in strength, in starting your day, in feeling better, to literally prepare you and give you the strength and fortitude necessary to tackle life.
Yes.
Right. And
yeah.
I absolutely love that. I am a huge believer in what workouts do. I think we'd all be lying if we said like, oh yeah, do we all love working out? I can raise my hand and say, not often. No, but I love the benefits. I love what it does for me. All the things that I know it's doing for me, even internally, right? In terms of keeping my lean muscle and helping me move with my kids and giving me strength and confidence and energy and things like that. So,
Yeah.
that's just really powerful what you said. And I think it's something that you stuck with so much that now and this is where I think it's so key, because that's why I want to reflect back on this, is that you notice, like there's a noticeable difference when you don't work out or when you aren't consistent for X amount of time. And that's what I wish for everyone, because it's something that is it can be so amazing and beneficial to your life if you can just put that work in to be consistent, right?
Yep.
And I think it's important so how often are you, and this is what I want to make sure people understand, it's like, oh, Traci's probably training like 37 times a week, so how often are you training with us each week?
Twice
a week.
Yes.
So just so everyone hears that, twice a week can get you noticeable benefits, strength increases, confidence, everything that you're looking for. It's just consistency. And that's the fun thing, right? Is like, you think, oh, it's just 2 workouts, I should be doing more. There's so much head trash sometimes that people have with this. And yet when you blink, I love looking at things over the course of a year, right? The compound effect. It's like you have 2 things happening. One is 2 workouts over a year is 100 plus workouts that if you just decided not to do, it'd be unfortunate, because there's so many, you're 100 workouts now into bettering yourself and your health.
Yeah.
The beautiful part is that as you layer those on top, different habits come into a play. You get the compound effect of what those workouts do for you, both mentally and physically. So powerful what you just said there. I really appreciate that. So how do you though, Traci, because everyone has ebbs and flows of life, and they get busy, and there's things that happen, both, whether they're tragic things like with your friend, or they're just life things, kids moving to college, kids just tough times in family, business, whatever. And so work, all these things that will come up. And yet as Markus said, you're kind of known for like really never missing a workout, or very few and far between, right?
Yeah.
So how do you prioritize, even when you're traveling? So how do you prioritize that? What goes through your head? How do you make sure it still gets like done? How do you, in those tough times?
Yeah. I literally bring the stuff with me. I'll discuss with Markus when I'm going somewhere, and he'll tell me what to bring. So I bring bands everywhere. I have a little mobile TRX that I bring. And even like I said, I've worked out with him in Norway, in Ireland. So my workout times are super funny, but it's just such a part of me that even my family doesn't even think it's weird. We're out touring and I'm like, oh, I got to get back to the hotel for my workout, quick half hour. And, I worry about what floor I'm on. If I have to jump, it's super But it's about being prepared. Like, I think about it before I even go. It's part of my getting ready for a trip, whether it's expected or unexpected. If it's unexpected, sometimes I'll pick up a yoga mat or a band at Target, wherever I'm at. And, and Markus makes it work, and he's so great.
I
He's
love
so
it.
flexible, and he can still make me feel like I'm getting work even when I'm not there present in the gym. And I love that.
Awesome. So awesome. And I think it's so great for people to hear because a lot of times when people travel, and especially with kids, right, or things like that, they think it's an automatic, like, can't work out, going on vacation. Oh, can't work out, and it's like, oh, we're going to be doing maybe active things. And it's like, maybe, will
Yeah.
you? And so I think it's one of those things where sometimes if left to our own devices, we are so stressed or worked out, overworked, whatever, that we get to vacation and all of a sudden people feel like they have to let go
Yeah.
of all their healthy habits, right? It's like, hey, we can still indulge here and there, but like, what if this is a kind of like one of those cornerstone habits for you? Like, if I get my workouts in, everything else is better,
Yeah.
right? And if we can,
Exactly.
and so I think it's changing the mindset for people to understand, like, hey, especially for us, like, we literally try to do whatever we can to meet partners where they're at, no matter where they are in the
Yeah.
world. It's to the best of our ability. And I think it's because we know what happens when you stay consistent, right?
Yeah.
Over time. And you get results exactly like you have gotten.
Yeah.
But I love that. But you got to be prepared. You got to be ready to go. And you have to be willing to, I'm going to say almost like speak up for yourself. Because sometimes,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a husband or a wife, you're out and about and you're like, it takes a little bit of courage to say, I got to go get this done real quick,
Yeah.
And so I think what's so cool is that your family also supports you. So I think there's
Yeah.
a piece of, engaging others in your circle to make sure that there's that support to say, you have to say, this is meaningful for me. This is going to really help me on my journey.
Yeah.
So I can be here and be present for all of you great people in this family. So,
Exactly.
yeah. Oh, that's so good. Let's see. So I just want to touch on kind of what you said, reflect back there as well, is that you quite literally have trained with Coach Markus, all over the world, different time zones. You've made it work. If you didn't pack and plan and prepare ahead of time, you figured it out when you were there and grabbed stuff to still get a workout in. I mean, I just applaud that. I mean, that is very few percentage of people that are doing that, but
Yeah.
it's so
I've even lifted like kitty litter boxes when I was staying with my daughter for weight.
love it. Making it work. That's it. I love it. What would you, so I guess, so you fast forward, you're 10 years in, you've been so consistent. You probably have actually, I would say, even like doubled down on that consistency to let it like not even phase you when you're traveling.
Right.
How do you feel now with that? Like literally maintaining your fitness no matter where you are to where you started. Like what is that feeling you have now every week with that?
Like I said, my confidence and energy, all of those things, it's so ingrained in me now that I just know that that's what I need. And before, when I first started, of course, I still had kids at home and I was so focused on them that I just didn't prioritize myself. And I've slowly realized, you know, that's what's important is me being strong enough to be around and help and do the things my family needs me to do and things I want to do. So,
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. I really,
Excellent.
I feel stronger, confident, you know.
And better energy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
that,
making that time for yourself. So it
yeah.
sounds like if there was one thing your future self could tell your past self, it was to be to double down on that time back then, even
Yes.
with the young kids. Yes, I hear
Yeah.
you. I hear you. It is very important. So I do want to highlight though some of the, like you said, so you've got the confidence, the energy, the strength. Like you've become quite the strong woman, which I absolutely love. I love that we are doing just over the years a lot more strength training with our partners and especially women because there's a myth, I'll say, that like by lifting all these crazy heavy weights, I'm automatically going to become the next best bodybuilder.
Right.
And it's so great to see these noticeable strength gains. I mean, what you're lifting right now with these trap bar deadlifts and hip thrusts, no joke, right? That's no joke. There's some men that probably can't do what you're doing.
Right.
So, I absolutely love it. So what makes the strength training fun for you? I mean, how has that played a role in your journey?
Yeah, I've really grown to actually love it. I mean, love it more than anything, which is strange considering I started out, I loved yoga and I still do, but the strength training, like I said, I really can notice differences daily, with my abilities and, I'm still I'm 51. I'm still snow skiing. I'm doing all these things, hiking. I'm doing all these things that I watched the older generation kind of just stop doing, once they got to a certain age. And I am like, I'm not going to be that person. I'm going to be the person that just keeps doing things as long as I can. And I think
Yeah.
that's what the strength training has really shown me. You can really keep doing things no matter what your body or your age tells you.
Yep. Yep. Oh, that's I couldn't have said it better. And that's kind of the epitome of living stronger for today for us. And that's kind of what we're all about, is that if you're putting in the work now, you get to reap all these benefits, not just now, but in the future. Because all of us, we have bodies, and we have, as we age, we have things, and good hormones that will decline, and it's a little bit more work to do certain things. But if you put in the work, you really get to reap the benefits. And the cool thing is that it really doesn't matter, at any age and at any time. I mean, there's studies, there's, 80-year-olds that are gaining muscle if they just start, right? And so, but it is so empowering, because you do see that dichotomy between people that are not consistent and not doing things for their health, fitness, or strength training, and those that are. And those that are exactly like you. They're not even thinking twice about getting on the slope, right? Why wouldn't I? Like, it doesn't, so what if I'm 50? So what if I'm 60, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's a testament to the work you put in, right? But absolutely love it, because really at our core at Method3, we're all about helping coach our partners and help them achieve their goals and be the best version of themselves. But truly, it's to help them not just be the best version of themselves, but live stronger for today, to enjoy what they want to enjoy, to live life on their terms, do what they want to do with the people they want to do it with. That's what we got, right? We got this one life. Let's make the most of it. So
yeah,
I'm really grateful to have you as a partner. I can't wait to celebrate. I have Markus give you your official 10-year gift here in a couple months. And I'm just amazed, proud, so many words in your journey and the consistency you've done and the results you've achieved, because it's a lot of hard work. I think it's something I'm hoping people that are listening or gleaning, is that as you put that work in, it starts to become, like you said before, it's just a part of me. Like, it's not, I don't even think about it. It just has to get done.
Yes.
Just like, the laundry or the dishes or anything else. Right? So just grateful for you, so proud of you. And
Thank you.
Here's to the next.
Very grateful for you and all the coaches, and Sue and everybody has been a big part of my journey. Definitely.
Awesome. Well, it's our pleasure. Hey, one last thing. So if you were giving advice to anyone who's they're listening to this, they're just getting started in their own fitness journey, and they're a little timid, right? What would you say to them?
You can do it. I mean, I am a very introverted person, and you start out slow and you just can keep building. That's all it takes, is just start out slow and just keep building up, and eventually it'll be just part of you.
I totally agree. And that is the one. I mean, what you've done is, it doesn't have to be these, these crazy all or nothing, or like, I'm doing no workouts, now I'm doing 17 a week.
Yeah.
it's consistency trumps all, right? And so I love that you're getting all these fantastic results with twice a week, and the consistency rooted into your lifestyle to make it a part of who you are. So congrats again. Thank you for your time. We'll see you at the studio.
All right. Thanks, John.
My pleasure.